All right, so let's keep moving on towards creating what we're trying to do, this Instagram replica that will be used for recipes. So like I said, I like to use funny colors for the majority of things until I get to the final product, and then I remove all those colors. And I like that because it really helps me understand how big each of my items is. It tells me about padding and spacing and all those kinds of things. So I'm gonna do that there. I'm gonna do another color. I'm just gonna do maybe yellow for the rest of everything else. And for this gray, wherever we had it, yes, for this image, we'll do an opacity of 0.3. The reason I'm not sure, we'll make it like 0.6 or something. That way I know it's there, but I also know that the yellow is behind it. That's perfect. So now what I'm gonna do is I will go back here to the home view, and instead of for each doing that, I'm gonna say for each, what I want to do is instead I want to create a post view. Okay. I don't need to do that many. I can just do something like 10. Okay. Hit play. And let's see what happens. We'll just give it 1 second here. It's going to catch up with us. Now we got the scrollable set of views. So that's kind of what we were hoping for. All right, that's actually pretty perfect right there. All right. So let's keep moving right along. This top part right here, this H stack, let's do the same thing we just did. Let's create a new view. So we're going to File, New. Actually, let's do it. I like to do it like this so I can make sure I get into the right folder immediately. New File, SwiftUI View. We'll just say Story View. Okay, cool. Circle View. Okay. For story circle view, let's go ahead and make the story. Let's put a, because we don't even need a VStack range. Let's just put an image. The image will be system name. Let's go ahead and just pick a new random one. So SF symbol, something that's not too hard on the eyes, to be honest with you. So circle. I like this. This looks fun. Circle.grid.hex. Okay. Circle.grid.hex. For no particular reason. I just like the way it looks. So then I'm going to say dot background. Let's say color dot yellow. Okay. Say dot foreground color black. We'll say dot. Let's go ahead and preview this for now. It doesn't like that we have that. So let's just for a second, I'm just going to put a random text in there because it's not even letting us preview the other area until we just put something functional there. So now let's look at this. As it struggles to update, we'll keep moving along. We'll say height, give it a height of 50, and we'll give it a width 50. Okay. And we could do a corner radius of 25, but what we actually want to do is we want to do clipping. So we'll look at SwiftUI clipping shape. And I know we could all just Google it, but it's hard to memorize a lot of these things when they first come out. So clip shape, and we'll do circle. All right, there we go. That's what we're looking for. And we probably want to overlay a circle dot stroke. Okay, and let's see if we can give it a weight. So we want to do circle and stroke, circle, stroke, weight, SwiftUI be honest, I mean, your best friend is going to be all of these things you can look at here. So what we really want, this is what we're looking for, dot stroke, you know, so we're going to copy that. And so if we look at that, what we just copy and pasted is right there. So we want stroke, we want line width of 5. We'll do color black for now. Okay. Try again. Yes. There we go. Little things here and there, you know. There we go. That's a little big. So 2 things I want to do here. Let's go ahead and make this maybe, if this is a truly 100% size right here. Do we like the size of that? It's reasonable. Let's just do 60. I kind of like something just a little bit bigger. We'll give it a line width or stroke value of 3. I think that's probably the most reasonable option right there. So it's a little ugly. Let's make this light gray. Or let's make it init red. We'll do 0.95. Okay. And for the color, let's do blue. Opacity. We'll do a point there. I just like the look of that. So you don't have to do that. I just like that. So that is that. And now what we can do is we can go back to the home view again. And under HStack, instead of putting this text, what we can put is this sim. I'm going to copy and paste this for each. And I'm going to put it up here in the HStack. And instead of post view, I'm going to say story circle view. Now let's peek. Let's see what we got. Should look pretty nice, actually. That's looking really nice. So this is scrollable that way, kind of the same way you have that scrollable option in Snapchat. And since that's looking pretty nice, why don't we just go ahead and give our eyes a rest here, and let's make this clear instead of red, something that's a little more tolerable. And we probably want to give this some padding. So on either side of the for each, I'm actually going to make sure it's on the outside of the for each. You're going to put a spacer, and we'll just say width, or sorry, frame, spacer.frame, width of 10. I like that. Okay. So now you'll have a little bit of buffer on that side, a little bit on this side. That's looking pretty nice. And there's some default spacing between each of these items as well. Okay. And we got our posts here. That's looking pretty good too. And all right, so that's looking good. And I guess the next thing we can do is let's check it out. Let's see how it looks inside of the tabbed root view. So here's the home in the tabbed root view. And I think it's looking pretty good. That's actually exactly what we're looking for. So we can go to search. That still says search. And we can go to home. We got that. So now let's go to home view again. And let's take recipe post. This right here. This, if you remember, we started creating this home post variable. And I'm going to copy and paste that a bunch of times. Okay. Just made a bunch of different ones. To make sure I know I'm looking at different ones, I'm going to just write random things here. Okay. And you can write whatever you want. For now, we're just going to do this. And I can write a bunch of junk. The key is that this junk has to be long so we can get a feel for what it's going to look like. Okay. Just wants us to put a comma, and we can do that. So that's good enough for now. So what I'll do now is I'm going to make sure I know this variable right here. And I'm going to go down to here where we did this for each from 0 to 10. And instead, what we'll do is we'll do for each, and we'll say for each thing inside of home posts. And we need to give it a way to understand each of the unique ones. So it's going to track it with ID. And that's why we had to make, when we made this structure, we had to make it identifiable. So we can reference this ID, okay? So now it's only making this many of them. It's not 10. It's however many I have in this array. Okay, and if we go to post view, now let's go ahead and give some variables inside of post view. to decide what these variables are, I'm going to actually copy these for a second, okay? And I'll go back to post view. This is from the structure we built. Go to post view, and I'm going to write, actually, quite frankly, I'm just going to keep it exactly as it is. So posting user, description, number of likes, and image. So what I can do then is I can actually hop over to, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. I'm going to say past, just so you understand the difference between, the different instances of these variables. I'm going to do it like that. So what we'll do is this image, we're no longer going to put image system name heart. We're going to put the image will be past image, and these won't change, this heart, the envelope, and that, but the past description will actually replace this. It'll just replace the text inside because it's a string. It's not an actual text view. And same for posting user. Though we could pass a whole view, but this is just as simple. So that's that. And the last thing we can pass through is the number of likes. So why don't we put the number of likes? We can actually put that, let's put that next to the poster. So we'll add that to the format right here. And we'll do string interpolarization, so we can say okay. And now we have to update all these parameters, or these variables inside this previews. So let's give it some default values just for the sake of this preview. Chris. I'm going to put that because that is my actual Instagram handle. And then I'm going to put this is a description for this post. Okay. Number of likes, we'll give it 1,000. And the past image, we'll give it the image. And let's do, just this one is heart. Let's do image of system name. We'll do heart.fill. Now when I hit resume, this should actually update accordingly. It does not like part of that. Oh yes, we have to update that here as well. So now post view, when we initialize this one, I'm going to have to past posting user is going to be, instead, we need to access this item inside this closure, so we'll say post in, and it'll be post dot, and let's just go ahead and check. What we'll do is we'll go here, posting user, description, number of likes, and image. So post dot posting user, and this right here, essentially we're running through the array of recipe posts. So I'm looking at these attributes of the recipe post structure. So past description, it'll be post dot description. And this one will be post dot number of likes. This one will be post dot image. And that should take care of that. We might have to use self dot. Well, actually, it's letting us go. So it's letting it go. So that's actually looking pretty good because this is exactly what we were hoping it would show us. It's running through the array and it's showing us all these different posts. And what I'll actually do is, since this worked out so nicely, let's get rid of this blue. Let's treat our eyes and look at something a little better. So I'll go even as far as saying let's go to the post view and let's comment these out. We can use them again later if we want. And we'll go to the home view. And when it updates, this sure looks a hell of a lot like Instagram does. So we can make some changes to really clean things up here. I'm going to do one more thing. before I call it for this video. I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna make this one, the number of likes, I'm gonna give it a foreground color of dot gray. I just like that a little better. I think it looks nicer like that. Alright, so we'll call that a wrap for this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.